Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Behind the Books. Today, we're joined by Mel Weston from Virtual Mel, an NZQBA member who's built her bookkeeping business from the ground up. We're diving into what that actually looks like, how she got started, and what she's learned along the way, and the real moments that shape a business.
Mel, it's so good to have you with us. Do you want to kick things off by saying hi and giving everyone a quick intro to you and Virtual Mel?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Mel from Virtual Mel Business Admin Solutions. We are a bookkeeping, accounting, and business admin specialist based here in Taupo. We work with businesses across New Zealand, and I have an amazing team member called Angela, who is a qualified accountant as well.
Is is it cold in Taupo today?
There is sunshine out there at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah,
yay.
yeah, it has been cold, but my heat pump's on, so I'm always nice and warm.
Is Angela based in Taupo as well?
No, she's over in the sunny Hawke's Bay.
Nice. Hi, Angela, if you're listening in today.
She better be.
Exactly. All right, so let's get started. And we want to know you more, Mel. So, can you tell us what did life look like before Virtual Mel?
What did life look like? My gosh. Well, I've been working across many industries over the last 25 plus years: building industry, infrastructure, finance, education, not for profits. Also, I've run a few different businesses over the years as well. So we had a lawn mowing business pre kiddies. And
Did you
then,
mow the lawns?
no, actually, I did do some and some weed eating and some weed spraying, but mostly I was behind the scenes doing the admin bookkeeping back in those
I asked
days.
that because one of our previous episodes we were talking about how when my husband annoys me, I mow the lawn without the catcher. So I was going to ask you if you use the catcher.
No, we always had to have the catcher on because, yeah, lifting it up for the clients. But yeah, back in those days, I used MYOB back on the actual computer. So
Oh my
that
god.
was, yeah, that was going back around 20 years ago now. And then also had a home base educator business, and then also had my Taupo's Fairy Godmother, which was a postnatal home help, and then also business admin and also bookkeeping, but based here just with Taupo clients.
So you're like a jack of all trades.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And I also, back when I first started, I worked for my dad's business back in Pukekohe, and he taught me
Yes,
to.
go Pukekohe! I didn't know
Yeah.
you were from here, Mel.
I grew up down in Pocono. I went to Pocono
Oh
Primary
my
School
gosh.
and used to live up in the Bombay Hills, not far from you.
There you go. We don't really need to talk about anything else now. We've got the connection.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah,
sorry, so you did your dad's business up here in the mighty Franklin area. When did you move to Taupo then?
moved to Tabo in 2005.
Why?
Why? Yeah, great question.
How could you leave Pookie?
I feel like I have to represent Pukekohe here. Like, why would you leave us?
I I moved twice from Pukekohe. So last time I moved down to Taupo was moved from from Hamilton to Taupo because my wasn't husband then, but yeah, my partner then was from Taupo. So we moved down here. And then first time I left Puke, I moved to Hamilton as well. And I got a job down there working for another aluminium business company. And so back when I was working for Dad, so he taught me how to do the estimating, so reading house plans, doing all the pricing and stuff of windows and doors and glass. And then his in-house accountant taught me how to do all the bookkeeping, GST returns. Back in the days when we had the paper ledgers and everything was written down.
Did you
So
have a red and a green pen as well?
I'm sure I did. I don't remember. It was a long, long time ago now, but I do remember writing in bank check stubs and
Yes.
coding in those.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very lucky to have learnt all my bookkeeping, accounting skills many, many years ago, back when I was
Do
like, what, 19?
do you think that that's actually helped you, like, learning the old school way? Like, because obviously everything's really cloud-based now, but having that foundation of doing it the like, hard way for lack of way any other way of explaining it, has that helped you, do you think?
I think so, yes. Yeah. But I mean, cloud based is very different to what, the manual way of doing things it was back in the day. But yeah, definitely gave me a really good base and solid understanding. I mean, that was back in the day when GST was, I'm going to say from
10%?
memory, 12.5%, I think.
My good.
10?
Was it 10?
I
Oh,
remember when it was 10, and then it went to 12.5.
yeah. Yeah.
Actually, we can't talk about old things like this because Ken will just make us feel old.
I wasn't saying anything.
I could see your face. She was like, "What? It used to be 12.5?"
Oh, those were the times. That would have been good.
I remember it being 10 because I used to work in a law firm and I did end of month invoicing, right? And back in those days, you actually had a Word document and you typed the invoice out, and it was so much easier to calculate GST because it was 10% of the
Yeah.
total. So,
Mm,
yeah,
for
that's my
sure.
claim to
Yeah.
fame, my GST claim to fame.
So Mel, with all of this experience you had, has it always been your plan then to run your own business, or did it just naturally evolve to that one?
It naturally evolved once, yeah. So my first time we ran our own business was the lawns business down here in Taupo. And then, as I mentioned, yeah, there's a couple other businesses that I've ran in between. And then I rebranded the Taupo's Fairy Godmother into Virtual Mail Business Admin Solutions. Gosh, what was that, back in 2022 or 23? I can't remember now. Into, virtual mail. So it was, supporting businesses virtually across New Zealand.
Was that the reason for the name change then? So it was, yeah, because I quite like Fairy Godmother Mel. Like, that sounds
Yeah,
cute.
yeah. It was a while because I was still loved Taupo's Fairy Godmother, but obviously wanting to change it and go just out of Taupo, I needed to remove that Taupo
Yeah.
part. And I think, there was a lot of names that were already in use, so I had to be really careful there. And that's always something good when you are starting out, is make sure you check the databases and stuff for the names that are not already in use.
Otherwise, you'll get
Mm.
yourself in trouble. Were you, was that part of your plan to grow then, that name change? Like, excuse my ignorance, but is there a lot of work in Taupo? Like, it's
Yes,
quite
yeah,
spread out, right? Like, how do you find that?
yeah. No, I know there's been plenty of work in Taupo, so there's lots of work, lots of admin is really actually very hard to find, and it is very much who you know more so than what you know.
Mm.
Very, very
Quite
small
common in small town. Well, is Taupo a small town? It's not now, is it? Is it still classed small?
small town. Yeah.
So now, so Mel, now that you have, rebranded to Virtual Mel and you're trying to expand outside of Taupo, are majority of your clients still based in Taupo, or are you finding that, like you're having more clients outside of that area now?
In the start, we only had a few Taupo clients, and then a lot of ours were out of town. But now, over the last for a year and a half, we're now more local, word of mouth. Got
Okay, okay, so it's actually the other way around. So what does a normal day look like for you now?
a normal day. There is no normal day.
No normal day.
No days are the same. Every
Love that.
day is completely different, which I love. Yeah, so it could be from reconciling client counts in Xero or Count, setting up automations in client CRMs, managing clients' inboxes as well as trying to manage my own, scheduling jobs in job management softwares like Fergus or Tradeify, jumping on to a discovery call with a client, a new lead, or onboarding new clients, having a team meeting with Angela, checking in with biz buddies, and brainstorming, of course, with ChatGPT or
Mm.
Claude.
Now, my question is are your team meetings with Angela efficient? Because Ken and I, we have team meetings with each other and they're not efficient.
Are they meant to be efficient?
We get easily distracted, and by we, I mean me. But sometimes we come off these meetings and we're like, what were we supposed to do again?
So it becomes a 2-hour meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Ours are very much end up being 2-hour plus meetings.
It's hard, right? Because you're working from home by yourself. And so then
Mm.
all of a sudden you've got this person to talk to, and you're like,
You
let's
just
chat
want to
about this instead.
socialize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Mel, when someone asks you what you do, how do you explain it to them?
How to explain? So yeah, we support businesses behind the scenes, handle all the bookkeeping, admin, business stuff that business owners don't really want to be doing. So we can step in and let them focus back on what they love doing and growing their businesses.
Love that. So, do you remember your very first client and how did that come about?
Yeah, I do actually.
Are
And
they
that
still your client?
they no, actually no, that one's not at the moment. No, no, but I did my job amazingly and they got a new employee, so that is great. So that came about, yeah, old work boss from many years ago here in Taupo reached out. They had just lost a staff member and so just needed someone temporarily to step in and just keep things going while they were on the lookout for a new team member. They got someone in, I trained them up, and then they left. So we then went back to the start and I kept going and then they found someone else. I trained her up. She stayed and she then went on maternity leave. So then I stepped back in for 3 months
Oh,
and then she came, then she's back and then she's been back ever since. So yeah, so it's a
nice.
great first client. And normally your first client is always someone that you know.
Mm. Yes, interesting that you said that because we just had an online networking meeting a few weeks ago, and the hot topic was how did you find your first client? And everyone was actually saying the same thing. Most of the time, you already know your first client. You just haven't realized that they're gonna be your first client, and also like having a relationship with accountants works really well for them too.
Yes, yeah, no, definitely. Because when when you're starting up your first time, you're going to put out on your own socials what you're doing,
Mm,
yeah, and then it's normally within your own contacts that they go, oh, okay, cool. Well, we do need
yeah.
some help. So, yeah, most of the time it definitely is, yeah,
Yes.
someone that you already know within your network.
It's kind of cool that that first client of yours is also so comfortable enough that they can come back to you when they're needing that extra bit of support as well. Like, so obviously you've built such a good relationship with them that they know you're going to help them if they get stuck.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's part of it as well. Is there's that trust was already there, so that yeah, I could just step in. She knew that I'd get the stuff done and just do what needed to be done. So yeah, it's good.
What felt the what? Ooh, what's my question? What felt the hardest about getting that first client in the early days? Like obviously you had this experience, but was there something that you kind of were like, eek, don't know how to do that. What am I doing? And you just winging it?
Yeah, I remember it must have been the third client that I got. So that one I found on Sync. They were actually looking for a contractor. And so I reached out and it was between me and one other and they went with me, which was amazing. And then I went and commented on the virtual assistant network. Help! Now what? What do I do next? And then, was lucky enough to get some guidance on the next steps and stuff. So that was good. But yeah, it was very nerve wracking, and just that whole self doubt keeps kicking in.
Mm.
It's so cool, actually. We should give a little shout out to the VA network because you are a prominent member of the Virtual Assistant Network of New Zealand. Last year you won the Community Contributor Award, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct. Yep.
So we love the VA network. They're awesome.
Hi, everyone in the VA. That
Yeah.
working group. Hi.
It's so cool though as well. Like it's cool that you can so obviously like we focus mainly on bookkeepers obviously, but a lot of bookkeepers do split and offer virtual assistants as well. So it's so cool that you guys have two, multiple places that you can go to for support on these things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's a small community. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It is a very small and very tight, community. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
for sure. All right. So, Mel, I have another question here for you. Were there any surprises when you were running your own business that you didn't anticipate?
Any surprises? Probably the biggest surprise was when time tracking tasks and how long things actually take.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Like you think, jumping in, doing a GST return, well, it's not going to take long. Well, some take a long time.
Wow.
And when you're timing those tasks, so I've always had my timer on. So we're just making sure that we're keeping on track of what pricing and stuff, where our pricing's at, because it's all based on hours, but we do it on value based. So just making sure that we are still sticking within our pricing range.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. So, like, if that surprised you at the start, do you obviously was that because of the pricing? Like,
Yeah, so when I started off on hourly rate, so just
Mm.
charging out at hourly rate
Mm.
instead, and then moved into the value-based pricing. So all our bookkeeping packages and accounting packages are done on value-based pricing. So that's the outcomes that the clients are going to get. And the only time we'll do it for a hourly rate is if it's advisory work and we need to have that on an hourly rate, or if it is just some ad hoc project work that we're not quite sure how to price that up until we get in and see how big that project is, then that's on an hourly rate.
was that a hard jump for you? Because I feel like we have that question a lot, right? Like,
Yeah.
most people come in and they start on the hourly rate because you don't know any better at that point. Like, you've got to start somewhere. So, was jumping from the hourly to value based pricing hard for you to, I guess, get your head around, like, pricing it right?
Yes, absolutely. So with having being on the hourly rate to start with and time tracking,
Mm.
you've then got all this data where you can go look back and go, okay, so that's how long that took me to do.
Mm.
Right. So then, okay, based off that, I can now build out these packages. So every client has slightly different requirements. Some clients, we literally only just do their GST returns for them. Other clients, we're doing the full bookkeeping process. Other clients, we're doing just accounts payable, so just processing all the bills and receipts. So we've got a whole mixture, and then some clients we are not doing their bookkeeping and we're just doing their tax returns. So having those conversations with what the client needs and then going back and then pricing those up. I've also
Mm.
got a pricing calculator that I use, and we also use Expert as well. So Expert can give us the number of transactions when we're connected into the client zero. And so that lets us know, because when you say, how many transactions do you have in your
Mm.
zero? And they just pick a number and you get in and you're like, yeah, that's not what it.
That was not the right number.
So again, there's always a clause in there as well that the after 3 months we will do a revalue, just to make sure that we are on track and we have got that pricing correct.
Do you offer payroll services?
Ye- yes and no. So I don't put it out there, but we've got currently 3 clients that we're doing payroll for.
Cool.
Yeah. Is that kind of deliberate not to put it out there? Because, like, obviously there's a lot of complexities with payroll.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So I think if I was going to do payroll as a like and put it out there, I would go and specialize into that service and
Mm,
then only offer payroll because yeah, as you said, there's so much legislation and it's changing all the time. Like everything though, you've got to keep on top of that.
mm.
Sounds horrible. I'd for payroll, I just personally would rather be on the receiving end of it and not have to worry about figuring stuff out. Like, that's such a luxury, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure.
So as you're going through all this, you've got your first client, you're up to your third, you've realized, oh crap, I'm actually running a bookkeeping business here. You've sorted out your pricing. Was there a moment in there that you actually thought, oh my God, this might actually work? And you just went fully in?
Yes. So what was that? I started part-time first and still had a part-time employee
Mm,
job at the beginning and then went fully in. Must have been September, October, November, December. December I went then, yeah, January started full time in my business and
I was
then
going to say
just
December's an unusual month to go full time.
yeah, of course, yes, it was January, the first beginning of January, and then just yeah, jumped in after the Christmas holidays. It shut down, and then yeah, just went all in and hoped that it worked.
How long did it take you to bring Angela on board then? How long
Is
were
she
you
quite new,
single
isn't she?
for?
When did I bring Andrew? Must be a good 2 years ago now. So it's probably like about 18 months in.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Go you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I've known Angela for many years, really close to 17, 18 years. So yeah, it was great to have that conversation and just
Mhm.
see what her plans were. And then I said, hey, do you want to come on board? And she was like, oh my gosh, yes. So
Aw, that's
yay,
so cool.
exciting.
And then you were like, VA Network, I'm hiring my first person. What do I do?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So then, yeah, I had to get a subcontractor agreement and all those things in place, and then yeah, and get your team member into all your software. So then that involves yeah additional subscriptions depending on what tools and stuff you're using. So for us, it was another Harvest subscription, another Expert subscription, another email setup. Like yeah, so those things to factor in as well.
Is that Does that, like, obviously there's all these little things, right? Now that you've gone through that process, does that help you supporting your clients as well? Because I think if I was to have to figure it out myself, I'd be like, say what now? And so when you've got a bookkeeper who's helping you, it'd be so nice to go to someone and say, well, when I did it,
Mm,
this is what I did kind of thing to give that like moral support, right?
Yeah, definitely. And that's how a lot of bookkeepers end up moving to supporting their clients with a lot of admin stuff as well. Because again, that you've already built that trust up. You've already got connections into a lot of the softwares that you're already using for them. So then it's just an easy progression, really.
mm, yeah. All right. So, as what Sandy said, you've already set up your pricing, you know like all of your systems in place and thought, okay, this might actually work. Now we want to talk about the lessons that you've learned along the way. So what are some of the biggest lessons you've learned so far, Mel?
Biggest lessons. Probably that pricing and when you start off, I think we all start off far too low. Again, that comes down to that confidence, that self confidence, and so building that up within ourselves.
Do you actually think that we start off too low because like, I remember when my husband first went out on his own as a subby doing bricklaying, and he was on a labour only contract, and it was like 45 an hour, and he was like, "Oh, that's really awesome." And in my head, I was like, you still have to pay tax out of that. We're gonna have
Mm,
an ACC bill at the end." So it's actually Like when you're starting out, it seems like a big amount, but you kind of don't think about the expenses that have to come off that. Like, do you feel like that's the trap people fall in with pricing? Because it looks good, right?
Yeah, and because it's higher anyway than you were as an employee, but we forget that there's all those additional costs. And as a self-employed contractor, you don't get the holiday pay,
Yes.
you don't get the sick day, so you need to have that all factored in within your pricing. And again, I know for myself, was the confidence thing. It's like, oh, no one's going to pay that much for me. Like, what?
Yeah.
No.
The mindset is really a big factor, isn't it? Because that's what I've been talking with my husband right now. Like he's been because I think all of us starts as an employee, right? Like we're so used to getting paid like an hourly rate and stuff like that. And then there's a massive shift when you become a business owner because it's not like, it's no longer going to be like a weekly or a fortnightly payment or a security blanket where like I know I'm gonna get paid by this time of the month. So it's really like changing the mindset and understanding, okay. So because sometimes we always compare it to that one. Oh, I'm only gonna charge when you start your own business, I'm only gonna charge this one because when I was an employee, like this is like my hourly rate. But that's what you've said, Mel. It's more than that because there are all of these things that you have to consider now. So I think that like you have to be mindset ready when you're starting your own business.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big mindset shift from that being an employee to being a business owner and self-employed, and just yeah, it's yes, we all talk about that flexibility and freedom, but
Mm.
there is so much work that goes in the back end, and majority of us probably work 24/7. Well, we feel like
Yes.
we do anyway.
That's the irony, right? Oh, I'm gonna start my own business because I don't want to work 9 to 5. I want to work 24/7 instead.
Kind of my big thing as well is like, as soon as a lot of people don't realize they own a business. As soon as you have taken on a client and you should have an engagement letter, you are technically running a business. Even if you're a sole trader, you're still operating a business. It doesn't, because I think a lot of misconception maybe is like, especially in the tradies, I find, because like I have to explain this all to the man of this house. But when tradies talk about running a business, they think, oh, I've got a company set up and like it's official. But I'm like, actually, once you actually start contracting to someone, it's a business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
silly. We'll educate them one tradie at a time.
Yeah. And
So,
probably another big lesson was just, yeah, how much being in a community and being able to connect with other like-minded people and bounce ideas off others that get it as well is massive.
It's the moral support, isn't it?
Yeah.
mm,
There's nothing worse than sitting at home by yourself thinking, "Oh crap, like what do I what do I do?" Actually, you've just reminded me of a story. Story time, people. I was talking to one of my clients the other day. So I don't just do NZQBA. I don't know if everyone knows that, but surprise. And I had sent her this podcast link. And I was chatting to her the other day, and I said to her, it's kind of embarrassing that I know that you're listening to it because it is like, it's someone you know. She's not a bookkeeper, she's a merchandiser. So, hi, Alva.
oh, we
um,
love Alva. Hi, Alva.
but she said something really cool to me. And she said, because I was like, is it even like interesting to you? Like, surely it's boring. And she said, because she runs a business, right? And she was like, actually, it gave me information to things that I wouldn't have known I needed to ask or wouldn't have known where to start to ask. And I was like, this sounds like a plug for the podcast, but it was actually really cool because like we talk about supporting bookkeepers, but there's all these business owners out there
Yeah,
that don't know that a bookkeeper can help them with all that stuff. If they, you go into business saying, oh, I've got to get an accountant to do my annual accounts, that people, I find a lot of people don't realize a bookkeeper could be helping them more regularly, and then they would have that person to support them.
Yeah, definitely.
That's my story slash rant. I'm just going to stop for a drink right now. Carry on, ladies. And thanks, Alba, for being my example.
Absolutely. So if there are other businesses listening out there, and if you think you're feeling overwhelmed, a bookkeeper might be able to help you out. Contact Virtual Mel today. So that's a plug for you there, Mel. All right. Okay. So
I feel like for equality purposes, we should say come onto the NZQBA website and find a bookkeeper in our directory, and Mel's
Yes.
on the
for that.
directory.
Okay. So Mel, what would you do differently if you were starting again? Knowing what you know now, would you have done some things differently?
Probably quite a few things. I probably just would have started a lot sooner. Again, that self-doubt. Can I do it? Can I not do it? Do I need to have all the things in place first before I get my first client? No, you don't. Just jump in and
Yeah.
start, because I think I spent about 3 months in the background just setting up a business page. Although I think that's probably the first thing to do was,
Yeah.
set up that business Facebook page, create social media. I spent hours and hours and hours creating posts and stuff. And before I'd even told anyone what I was doing, and
Mm.
joined the virtual assistant network a year and just stalked that page and watched people and learnt before I even decided I can be doing this. I can do this. So just do it. Just jump in and do it. Yes, the processes and procedures and stuff are all really, really important to have in place as early as you can.
Mm.
But things evolve and change, and we're constantly changing things as we go anyway. So
Just do it.
just
Is
do
it?
it.
Do
Yeah.
you
Yes.
find that, you know how you said you would have started earlier? I don't know. I think everything happens for a reason, right? Do you think you would have actually been,
Ready?
yeah, ready? Like the mindset ready, I guess. Like,
And where I was in my life, probably not,
yeah,
to be
yeah.
fair. Yes, I know, I truly believe that as well. Things happen for a reason. We might not think that at the time things like that happen, but yeah, definitely. And I probably wasn't quite ready to fully go out on my own and do what I'm
Mm.
doing now back then previously. So
Because it could have gone the other way, right? Like if you jumped in before you're ready, then you might not be the awesome virtual Mel you are now.
Mm.
exactly. Well, I might not have kept going. I may have only jumped in and done a year and stopped. And I mean, to be fair as well, there's many times over the years where I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is just too hard. What am I doing? Why don't I just go back and
Mm.
work for someone else? Because it's a lot of work. There's many, many hours that you don't see that go on in the background.
Do you think that your confidence is a part of that? Because, and I'll tell you why I'm asking, a couple of years ago at our conference, we made you get up on stage and you hated us for a little bit for that.
I did.
Yeah, but look at you, you're on a podcast now and you're awesome. So do you feel like that's like a confidence thing, or just like it's stressful running your own business, right? Like there's is it just a whole bucket of like, oh my God, this is too hard?
I think just everything. And then whether you've got personal stuff going on in the back end, well, we all have, but at that same time, it's hard. It's, juggling all the things, juggling the kids, juggling family life, just being a woman as well with the perimenopause stuff and brain fog and all the things. Life is hard.
We'll have to come back in a few years for the perimenopause chat because we're not there yet. Sorry, we can't contribute to that one. Oh, I got distracted by perimenopause. I had a really good question in my head then. Like, I can't
Is it
remember.
coming back? Do you need me to ask her another question yet? While
Yeah,
you
ask another question. I'll just look at my chickens for a bit.
Okay, so while Sandy's trying to remember her question, have you had any hard client situations, Mel? And if you did, what did they teach you?
Plenty. We've had plenty over the years. Every situation has taught me different things. The importance of communication, setting clear boundaries within yourself and also with your clients. Some days I feel like we're having to train our clients. So I get text messages, emails at all times and days of the week.
You know what? That was actually my question. So, because you said you're managing everything, and we talked about being a 24/7, having the freedom of being your own business owner. That was what it was gonna be. So when you said, you're managing the kids, managing things happening in your personal life, do you have set boundaries? Like, you will only communicate with clients between, 9 and 5 or whatever it is. Like, do you have that in place?
Yes. Yep. So on bottom of my email, you may have seen it. I do have there my contactable hours are from nine till 4, Monday to Thursday. Friday is my CEO day. So whether I am actually doing business stuff or
Yeah.
just having a day in bed watching Netflix, because like some
Yes.
days you need to do that, or if I'm working on client work, or if like next week, Monday is a public holiday, so I will probably be doing a little bit of work, but then next Friday I will have to swap out my CEO day for probably some client work. So, but again, so that's where that flexibility comes in.
Yeah.
Back when the kids were a bit younger, then I'm able to go and attend their school events and stuff like that. And maybe I might be working at 8 o'clock at night because I've been to something during the day, or I've had an appointment during the day. So that's where that flexibility can come in, except when we do have deadlines like GST returns and tax returns need to be in at a set time, or payroll is due on Tuesday. So we do have those deadlines that we do need to meet.
It's good fun. Like, I feel like, as sorry to all the men listening, but as women here, and Ken will get there once she has kids, but the mental load, right? Like,
Mm.
we're all like, women are awesome because we're all running these businesses, bookkeeping, virtual assistant, whatever, might be a builder. You've got all this stuff to manage around that. You've got your family life, you've got the kids, but you've also got the mental load. Like, yeah, like you don't really, your mind doesn't stop because even if you're sitting there doing nothing, you're still thinking, I've got to do this, I've got to get this out for dinner tomorrow night.
Mm.
So it's defrost. Like, I've got the washing to do. I've got like, uh, vacuum the house. Like, I got to the point where it got too much for me. So what I do is I clean like one room at a time now, because just the thought of cleaning the whole, like my mum used to every Sunday when I was growing up, that was housework day, right? She cleaned the whole house. I can't do that because I'm like, oh, I've got to do this. I've got to do this podcast recording, so it's going out next week. I've got to go and get the groceries. I've got to deal with those silly chickens in my backyard. Like, you got all this stuff going on. It's just it's just mentally overwhelming sometimes, I think, for women carrying
Very
that load
much,
as well.
very much so. Yeah, yeah. We do carry a lot of things in our heads, and some days, yeah, it's like it's too much. You've got to step away and then just need to turn the phone on silent and go close that laptop and go, yeah, nah, I can't do it today, and that's okay.
Mm.
I'd like to
Exactly.
turn my husband and children on silent for a little bit.
Their
You
buttons aren't working.
Yeah, yeah, they're broken.
Mm.
Actually, I'm a really bad nail biter when I've got a problem to solve. Like, I've always been a nail biter, and my husband
Mm.
will come home, and if I'm biting my nails, he'll go, "Stop it!" And I'll be like, kind of look at him like, "Go away." And then he'll say something to the kids like, "Oh, mummy's planning world domination or something." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out when I'm gonna do the groceries." Like, yeah, hard work. It's hard work. Anyway, got us off track. Ken, get us back on track.
Okay, fine. All
Terrible.
right.
Tell me off.
All right. So, okay, Mel. So going back on that conversation earlier, where like you hated us a little bit for asking you to go up on stage. So, like over the years, what helped you then build your confidence as a bookkeeper? Because we always have this like imposter syndrome, like I don't think I can do it kind of moment. So, yeah, what are your advice on that one? How can you build your confidence?
I think we helped her, Ken, by making her get on
Yes,
stage.
putting her out there.
You two are always twisting my arm to do things, and I'm
Have
like,
you ever been able to say no to Ken? Because I don't think I ever have.
"No,
Like,
I
she's
don't think I
good.
have." Or I've put strict conditions in place that these
Yeah.
things need to happen if you want me to do something.
She's our cheerleader though. She tricks you into it, doesn't she? She's like, "You'll be awesome at it." And then afterwards you're like, "Ken, you tricked me."
Yes, well, I mean, look
Yeah.
at you, Sandy, as well, how much you've grown getting up on stage and stuff too, like, amazing.
Actually, like, I have a little confession to make here. I used to I used to work at a government department in Queensland in Australia, and I was in the HR team, and I actually did lots of training. So I'm a big mouth. I like to talk and I like to be in front of people.
Mhm.
But what actually and actually credit to Ken for this because yeah, she does make me get up on stage and I do hate it. But I think like I actually was like that, but then I had kids and you kind
Mm.
of you lose yourself along the way, right? Like if I'm in a family situation, like I am not shy about standing up and talking about things. And previously, I wouldn't have been shy about getting up on stage, but it's just once you kinda come in on yourself and COVID didn't help because
Mm.
I had a three-year-old and a two-year-old when COVID hit, and we were just stuck at home, and you lose that confidence
It is. Yeah.
of doing it, yeah, so that's my little confession, like, in my prior life, I actually was quite good at getting up on stage, and now Ken, thank you. Equal parts love and hate here, but yeah, Ken forcing us to get up on stage kind of puts you back gets your mojo back, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes you
But
just need that push, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
But she's
definitely,
still
and
a
her
tricker though, like, we're not gonna let her off that part, like
No, because I actually believe that people are, like eager to contribute and do their part, but sometimes they're just a bit hesitant to put their hand up. So I would like to call it like voluntold. So you're not volunteering yourself, but you were told to volunteer yourself. So sometimes you just need someone to voluntold you.
yeah,
Did
the
you
more
feel more confident after we made I shouldn't I'm stop why am I saying we? After Ken made you get up on stage and present? Because you did awesome. You were
my
amazing
gosh,
up
no,
there.
I was terrified, absolutely terrified, and I feel like I was shaking up there, and I didn't feel like the words were coming out at all. It was horrible. But in saying that, I think in business, you are constantly put in situations
Mm,
that are outside your comfort zone. That and that's how we grow as a person and stuff as well. And I mean, I've done so much growing over these last 4 years within my business and also within myself personally. And I do have on my list of things to do is this for this year, if I can magic up some time, is to go and do a Toastmasters course here
yes.
in
Oh my
Auckland.
gosh. Yes,
Brace yourself for this
100%.
conversation now.
No, because I am actually a Toastmaster. Well, not no longer a member because my membership was expired when I had my holiday here in the Philippines, yes. But I'm a Toastmaster smell, and honestly, like it's worth your time. It's not just about improving your communication skills, but honestly, the relationship that you will build along the way, it's worth it. Like do it now. Like there's no point of like waiting for it. Like you don't have to prepare for anything. Honestly, like if there's a meeting tomorrow or like the next week, like just go ahead and be a guest and do it.
Yeah,
It's
we
worth
had
it.
Also, like Ken, you're not just a Toastmaster member, you're a Toastmaster champion.
Aw,
Come
thank you, Sandy. Actually, that's true. I did join the humorous district competition and I actually won all the way. So it starts on like on your club and then it goes on to like the division, something like that. Like it moves up like to regional and stuff like that. So I actually won the entire New Zealand on 2020 on the humorous contest and
awesome.
I didn't expect to win because I was like, oh, would I you know what I mean? Like would the Kiwi people understand my humor? But I realized if you talk anything about hospitality, like I think that's a universal language. Right. So like everyone would always have a funny hospitality experience. So I used to work as a waitress in New Zealand and I just told them like all of the bloopers that I had yeah, and that journey and it worked well. So
Awesome. Oh, that's good to know. I can
This is our
maybe when I
challenge
have
to
to
you
get
now,
up, I
Mel.
can. talk about, some experiences from my
Yeah.
UK when I was doing waitressing.
Absolutely. Like, honestly, like, everyone would just, like, laugh about it because I think everyone could relate with that one, like, it's such an easy topic to relate to. So, yeah, no, just do it, Mal. Like, don't even, like, talk yourself into, like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait for this," or when, like, when this happened, then I'll no, do it now, honestly. Like, follow your own advice later, just do it.
Just do it, yeah.
We'll just
Yeah.
wait for the announcement that you've won the humorous contest for New Zealand as
Yes.
well. Like, come on.
Or a table topic or an evaluation, yeah. There's lots of categories.
So we'll check in next month with you to make sure you've signed up with Toastmasters.
I don't think it starts here in Taupo because they do set courses throughout the year. So the next one is, I think she said it was, I'm going to say it was August. And I was like, okay, that's a good time. I can start then. I think it's like an 8-week sessions that you go for. I
No,
need to get
you
some
can
more
start
information.
anytime. I think no, you can start anytime, Mel. Like, is it a special case?
Course. Is it a course?
Yeah, it's a special one that the lady's running here in Taupo. I just got her business card
Right.
the other day. So I need to reach out and get the dates and
Yeah.
get
But
that
before
locked
you do
in.
that, like, honestly, yeah, I'm sure because no Toastmasters is everywhere. Like, because you don't have to join. You can be a guest for a few times and just observe. So I think like that might help you be more comfortable as well. Like I think there will be other meetings around your area. Just be a guest first, and then when you do that course, because I'm not quite familiar with the Toastmaster course, but anyway, once you do that course, at least you will have an idea on what to expect.
Yes, yeah, and I think the lady, I'm not she said that they could also do some stuff online and stuff as well, so
Yeah, pathways.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
so that was interesting, but yeah, we're flat out at the moment until we've got our tax deadline 7th of July, so yeah, heads
August.
down getting
Okay. Well,
through
in
that.
that case, we'll give you a bit more time to do
Okay.
that then.
Well, are you
But I
definitely
think,
attending the conference this August, aren't you, Mel?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I haven't brought my ticket though. This is the first year that I
yeah,
want to be the first to get it, so it's on my list, but everything is on hold until July. 7th of
Okay.
July, I have
so
some
next
space.
year next year, once you've done your Toastmasters course, we should put you down as a speaker, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I'll already check in with her when I see her in August if she's joined any progress on her Toastmaster journey.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll be a good time then. But maybe when people are listening to this, it might be after the conference. So
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
could be after the conference. So yeah, I think it happened. Oh yeah, Mel did. You know what? Positive visualization, I will manifest it. Yes, guys. So to everyone listening to the podcast right now, this is already after the conference. Mel did go, or did she did sign up for Toastmasters, and it's going very well. All right. Okay. Anyway, anything else that you would like to say or wrap up on that confidence thing, Mel, before I move on and ask you about community and support?
No, that's all cool. Right. So community and support. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, tell us about it. How did you first come across NZQBA anyway?
Gosh, that was so many years ago. It feels like many years ago now. I'm going to say, I'm guessing it was through the Virtual Assistant Network of New
Mm,
Zealand. Trying to remember back all those years. Yeah, it probably was
yeah,
through.
I think yeah, no, I think that might be it because I did remember when you signed up and it was after we met on the one of the Vans Award before, right? And what made you join not just the NZQBA, but like you're actually and this is what we love about you because to be part of a community is so important. So like what made you appreciate the and made you join what made you join and made you appreciate the importance of being a part of a community?
What made me join and was just being part of like-minded people, those that are dealing with the same problems that I was facing at that time. And it's just, good to run things by others that understand.
Mm.
And we're all here to support each other. And it's, just an amazing community.
Let you off for not saying that Ken and I were the reason. Just this one.
Okay. That's handy. You're amazing. And they're the reason why I joined.
Yeah.
How
Why,
come I've never
thank
got
you,
that?
Mel.
That was so unprompted. Thank you, Mel.
That wasn't in my notes.
But seriously though, how has being a part of a community helped you?
Just, yeah, having that support,
Mm,
and then just like we all have, oh, well, I can't speak for everyone, but I certainly have brain fart moments when things have just gone and I'll be working away and I'm like, is that how I should be doing that? Or is it not? Again, that's that self doubt kicks in. Jump on, ask a question on our private, Facebook chat group, and someone will jump in and answer it. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's how it's done. Yeah, okay, cool. And move on. So yeah,
mm,
just that support and knowing that you're just not alone because
mm.
most of us work from our homes, so we don't have that support like we do in an office, and it can be lonely place working from home sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. And
Can't
I
go
think
to the
some
kitchen and ask a question to someone, can you?
No,
Over a cup of tea.
the cats. Can you answer me this question? No, but
exactly. And
You talk to
although
your
also,
cat as well?
although I do a lot of brainstorming with ChatGPT, who is nicknamed Sparky, and also
oh, I love that.
Claude.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, someone will call me like, my husband called me the other day, and I had a really croaky voice when I answered, and he was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Nothing, I just haven't spoken to anyone for a few hours except the cat." Like, lonely times.
Yeah.
We're cat ladies.
I used to have 9 cats too when I
Oh
was
my
in.
gosh.
That's right.
I know, no, because we were like, this was when I was living with my parents. My dad loves adopting stray cats. Like he feels really bad for them, so he starts feeding one. And of course, like when you feed one, that cat will bring a mate. One became three, and then three became five, and then suddenly, like we're feeding like 9 cats all at once. But it was nice.
Did you talk to them though?
Absolutely, all the time, all the time. They would understand you. Especially if they're being sassy. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Did
going back. We've been distracted by cats again. Okay, so Mel, have there been any moments where support made a real difference? You might have given that support to someone or received it yourself.
Probably so many moments throughout the years. Hard to pinpoint just one, but in saying that, yeah, I do get quite a few new bookkeepers and stuff reaching out to me, private messaging and stuff, and just, yeah, so I probably do support a lot of
Mm,
those with a range of different questions and probably just, yeah, helping them start out.
And that is why you are the Vans Community Contributor of the Year for 2025.
exactly.
Yes. In fact, I
Supporting
just
people on the
had,
way up, right?
yeah, I just had actually just last night, a lady reach out to me, had a question around her pricing. She's literally, yeah, she's been going for a year just with one client and had a feeling that she was charging far too low, and yes, she was far too low. So we've made a plan with her last night just to even just increase it slowly, and she also didn't have a agreement in place at all. So I've said that, yeah, you really need to have some kind of agreement in place and your terms and conditions and, yeah, all those things in place. So, yeah, so she's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's amazing."
It's that whole you don't know where to start, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
I've just realized we've made a faux pas, Ken. Like, we've just mentioned a couple of times about how Mel
mhm.
won community contributor at Bands, but she was also our bookkeeper of the year last
Yes,
year.
exactly.
And I can even see the beautiful certificate behind you.
Exactly. It was a back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. She really did. After winning the van, she won Bookkeeper of the Year.
Yes. Yep. It was a very, very, yeah, busy year last year.
Our trophy's cooler than theirs, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Very
they're both
different.
cool.
Very different.
Well, no, actually, the reason I say that, and I did say that as a joke, we get our trophies from the same place that Vans gets theirs, and they do the most coolest trophies. But,
Awesome.
I have to be biased because ours are cool.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have different ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, for
my
sure. Yeah, but Vans
selection.
is a really cool trophy as well. Like I love the floral theme in there.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, they're lovely.
All right, Sandy, do you wanna?
No, no, you go.
Okay. So, right now, just wrapping up this conversation on community. Like, if someone is on the fence of like especially if they just starting out bookkeeping and they're on the fence whether they need to join a community or not, like, what would you say to them?
Just do it. Yeah. The connection, the resources, well worth doing. And obviously, yeah, also being named NZQBA Bookkeeper of the Year last year was just, yeah, amazing. And I was very much in shock. But I love standing up there with my opening the opening the chocolate bar and looking for the golden ticket.
Yes, that's right. That's right. You actually had a really cool way of like find well, that was actually Sandy's idea. Because she was just like, how can we spice things up, right? Like we can just announce the winner, they come here on stage and they get their award, but we can make things a little bit different. So she thought, I'm not sure about the other game show. I have to, I have to be truthful here because was it like a New Zealand thing or about the key thing? I wasn't quite familiar with that one. With the chocolate factory though that Mel did, I know it, but there was another thing where like there was a key
The
for the
key
other
Yeah,
is
award
so
that
in the
they have
lot.
to open.
yeah, years ago, radio stations used to do it. You'd enter the competition. Do you remember them, Mel? You'd enter the competitions on the radio, and like you'd go, if you got into the draw or the finals, I can't remember exactly how it worked, but you went down to the radio station and they gave you a key, and you tried to open the lock on like a car, like you won a car if you had the right key for the car. So that's why that one came about. But yeah, like the year before, I felt like when we gave out our awards, it was real flat. Like it was like blah 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 blah. Here's the winner, and then that was that. So it was really cool that everyone actually participated. Like it was a bit
Yeah.
different, but we're trying
Yeah.
to make things fun so that they're
Yeah,
not,
Exactly.
definitely. That was great. It was
yeah,
And I can remember Mel had to open like so many layers of the wrapper for the chocolate. Did you, Mel?
yeah,
yes, and they just kept going. But I think everyone could see my golden ticket at the back or something
yeah.
before
I
I'd
can
even got one.
You can thank my mother for that actually. So when I was growing up, when you're a kid and you see this big box under the Christmas tree and you're like, I've got some really cool huge present. My mum's mean. She would get like big boxes and she'd get like,
Yeah, wrap it in a smaller
yeah,
box.
baked bean cans, spaghetti cans. So you thought not only did you think it was like a huge present, you thought it was a heavy present as well. And then you'd be like, I don't know where she found them, but she would look like there would be boxes inside of boxes. So you'd unwrap one, you'd find some spaghetti cans,
Yes.
and there'd be another box. And by the end of it, there was still something cool in there. But like I vividly remember one huge one, and I think it was my charm bracelet that I've always worn that was in there. So it was a little jewelry box in the end. So you're kind of like you go through the stage of being disappointed opening all this stuff and there's nothing there, and then you get something really cool at the end. So when I was wrapping them up, I kinda thought I'll give them my mum treatment and put multiple layers of stuff on there.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I remember we've done that a few times for the kids' presents for birthdays and stuff. It brings back memories of playing
Yeah.
Pass the Parcel as a child.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
yeah. It's yeah, it was childhood abuse for me. It's kinda
I think
cool though, 'cause she does it to my kids now, and I'm always like, "How sucked in."
so I think the question now, Sandy, is how can you beat yourself on the next awarding ceremony this year?
No,
Yes.
that was my peak. I've got nothing.
You could ask Claude or ChatGPT to
Mm.
brainstorm and give you some ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah, now I've
for
put
sure.
myself oh, that was really dumb, wasn't it? Now I put myself under pressure for this year's ones.
Yep, and we
Exactly.
we haven't got long to go.
I know.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Yep,
here in NZQBA, we always try to top the previous one. So pressure.
yep. Yeah, and
Gosh,
because the awards are, earlier this year, so, yeah, you've lost out a few extra weeks to plan.
I know. Do you know
Yes.
what? We try and do our conference in October, and would you believe that the venue that we always use was booked out solidly from, like, September to December?
That's because it's
Like,
an amazing venue and it's just
It
great
is,
location.
I
right?
know, but it kind of that hadn't happened to us before, so it caught us off guard, and then we were like, "What
We have to move
the?"
forward. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually, like the worst part about it is, like, having a year to plan something is really cool, but having a shorter turnaround is really stressful, eh, Ken?
Yeah, but it's fun. It's okay. We
Yeah.
thrive in pressure.
Yeah, you'll make it work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and even if
exactly.
something doesn't work, no one will know except
No.
us.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. No one
That's
even
how we run
and
events.
and as you know, plenty of things do happen even on the
yes.
very day.
Yes.
Mm.
Even well
Yeah.
even like well planned events, there's always something that's gonna go
Mhm.
wrong,
I remember
So
I
Yeah,
remember when the program
not
books didn't turn up, and
I
then
know, because of
and
the
then
post.
last year, what, the name
There was an
tags.
accident. There was an accident on the motorway, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, the
Yes,
name
and the
tags.
name tags. Yes, accident on the motorway. Yeah, held everyone up.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, there's always things.
there's always things.
yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. But hey, at least we've got some story to tell because to be honest, like well-run events, like you'll say, "Oh, I really had a good experience on that one," but that's it. It's actually like the ones that didn't go well that you know what I mean? You'll have a story out of it like, "Oh, remember that time that the workbooks didn't arrive?" Or that time when like the name tags didn't print out well, right? So at least we've got some stories to tell.
I'd actually forgotten about the workbook saga. I think I had deleted it from my memory bank because it was so traumatic.
It was traumatic for you, Sandy. It really
Yes.
was.
But you know what? So that was 2024. We weren't the only ones. So for anyone who wasn't there, we did these beautiful workbooks. It was our first year doing them. We'd put pretty colors in them. It was lots of notes, had the agenda in it. So it was supposed to be like
The agenda.
the document, the thing for the delegates. And they were coming up. They were supposed to be there the week before, and they'd gone to Ken's house, and she got them. And then we didn't realize until like the day before that the workbooks weren't in all the courier boxes because before conference, we get all these couriers, right? Like all the sponsor stuff comes to us. We put it in bags and things like that. So that arrived, and we were both like, oh, yeah, cool, sorted. Mm, And then, yeah, like literally the day before, we were calling, and all the boxes had been sent in one courier, and only 3 of them had turned up, and the other 3 were just, they couldn't even tell us where they were in the
Yes. It was
country.
completely gone.
It was so stressful, and then they rocked up, just after lunch, so we did give them out, and I hope everyone framed them after that because they were very precious.
I still have
But it
mine.
wasn't just us, there were 2 exhibitors, we won't name them because yeah, but they were equally as stressed because none of their stuff had turned up as well, so obviously New Zealand couriers were having a bad week, and, it just happened to be our conference week. Yay for us.
Exactly.
But you just have to adapt and move on, and we have to do
Exactly.
that in life, and yeah, keep
Yeah.
on going.
Exactly. And speaking of moving on, now let's talk about where things are at the moment. So, Mel, thank you so much for sharing us your journey. But we're curious. What are you focusing on right now?
Right now, focusing on getting through our busy tax season,
Of course.
and then, yeah, continuing to grow the business, and helping out our amazing clients, not just with their numbers, but also decisions behind the numbers, and continuing to grow and learn around the AI and automation space and stuff as well, because that is moving super duper
Mm,
fast.
exactly. No, that's very interesting. I do remember that you gave a webinar as well. Remember that? About AI and automation because you're really doing a lot of that one in that space. And I think it was just great for members to know as well, like what they can do on their end. So, what does success look like for you at this stage, Mel?
That's a really big question, Ken. success looks like for me at this stage is just, yeah, clients feeling in control of their finances, helping them to free up their time and take that stress away. And for myself, just, yeah, having that flexibility to do what I need to do when I need to do it and on my terms, really. So
Yeah.
that's probably where we're at the moment.
Fantastic. And what are you still? Is there still anything that you're working on or figuring out right now?
Just how to get through the next 6 weeks at the moment. That's, yeah, my big focus is, yeah, getting through that. And then, yeah, we've got some exciting things come. The year is pretty much booked out with all our events, and we've got the Virtual Assistant Awards coming up in September. We've got the ICNZB conference in July, and then we've got the NZQBA conference coming up as well. And then I'm also
Yes.
attending the GAP conference this year as well. And
Yeah. So they're all happening back to back to back to back to back.
it's a very busy next 6 months.
We went to the GAP conference a couple of years ago. It's massive.
Okay, yeah, this will be
Yeah.
my first one. And then because they're
Yeah.
not holding it next year, I was like, nah, just do it.
Mm,
Are they doing like every second year now?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they weren't holding it next year. I'm not, yeah. But I did see that they weren't. So I was like, cool, I need to go. So we're
yeah.
heading up for that one as well.
Is that in the viaduct again?
Yes. Yeah, right in the town. And then I've also got as well coming up our Taupo Awards. So that's the Stellar Awards. So I will
Nice.
be putting my hand up yet again. Probably it looks
Good
like
on you.
3 categories for that one.
Yay, good on you, Mel. But see, but that's the thing though, right? Like you only get what you give, right? Like so because with Mel, she's really putting herself out there, engaging in the community. That's why a lot of stuff is happening for you.
Thanks. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you've got to put yourself out there. And as scary and uncomfortable as it is, it's part of business.
You
Exactly.
won't be scared or uncomfortable once you've done your Toastmasters course.
Fingers crossed, yes. I'll just be looking so natural and you won't see me standing up there going,
Okay. Well, okay, look, I don't want to be a party
This is
pooper,
gonna be good.
but I don't want to be a party pooper, but the nervousness never goes away. If anything else, it intensifies, but you just learn how to manage it.
how to manage it. Okay.
Yeah. Because I still get nervous. Like I still shake like before I speak. But it's just like learning how to like, okay, like what am I gonna do so that it's not gonna be too obvious that my hands are like shaking every time I talk, kind of thing. But yeah, I really thought it would, but no, it never goes away. I'm still nervous every time I'm asked to like speak in front of the crowd. Like that never just goes away. But then again, in saying that, you just learn how to manage it.
It's
Yeah, I
funny
think
you say that you're
someone had said to me, just picture everyone in their underwear.
no, don't do that. Ooh. I think it's funny that you say your hands shake, Ken, because I go red in the face, like, I blush, and it's really horrible. Like, because you can't stop that, can you?
No, you
No,
But
can't. You can't.
a
Mine are
natural
like
thing.
handshake.
yeah. It's funny though, like, if I'm standing up talking about something that I know what I'm talking about, all good as well. Like, if I'm standing there winging it and, like, I don't know if I'm saying the right thing, then that adds to the nervousness for me. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. But I actually noticed in my one, the nervous I become, the more I don't maybe it's like nervousness or excitement, but like I always feel this like big nervousness, and then I feel like it's just an energy that I need to release because then I don't know, like I think the bigger my personality becomes, the nervous how do I say this? The nervous I become, the bigger my personality turns out to when I perform, if that makes sense. So it's like all of this
Performing is such
pent
a
up.
good word for you.
Yes, I'm a performer, Sandy. I'm not a Toastmasters. I'm not, I consider myself a performer.
You do you just wait, Mel? We've got our outfits sorted for a
Yes.
conference as well. Like last year we had the boot camp theme, and I know you and Angela both got into it with your army
Yes.
Yes.
outfits. You just wait till to see what we've got this year.
Yeah,
Well,
so it's MIB, Mission Impossible Bookkeepers. So think about Matrix, Mission Impossible, Men in Black kind of like outfit.
yeah, I haven't got my outfit sorted yet. That's on the
Well, you
to-do
haven't got your
list.
ticket yet, actually, have you?
I know, and I still haven't got my ticket. So yeah, it's in the calendar to get that after the 7th of July.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
We're going out. Yeah, performing's a good word when I think about what we're gonna be wearing, right, Ken?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So
Yeah.
we are a performer. All right. Okay. So basically, that wraps up all of our conversation, and now we're gonna head on to like a fun round. That we'd like to call a quick fire round. So basically, Mel, what happens is that we'll just be asking you this or that questions, and the thing here is to not think, right? Just say whatever comes first in your mind. And usually, I do this bit, but I would like to put Sandy on the spot here and ask her to do the bit because like this is a quick fire round. Like we just don't throw surprises to our guests; we also throw surprises to each other.
No. This is your bit. This is the Ken
I know,
bit.
but don't you want to do it? It's fun though. It's fun asking the questions, and I'll do the guessing this time. Don't you want to give it a go?
No, you can't do that to me.
Okay,
Everything
okay,
everything
maybe.
we have planned, like, you can't just, like how about we do half each? That's a compromise.
Okay, okay. Hang on. Okay, I'm
Mel
just
has
trying to
Mel
figure out
hasn't
where the
seen
half
these,
is.
just for everyone to know, like, these
No,
are a surprise to her. She's looking at her the script we sent, well, not script, but, the plan that we
the
sent her.
plan. It's not on
Yeah,
the
it's not
plan.
there. Surprise!
Surprise! It's not part of it. No, but don't worry. These are really like fun, easy questions, okay? And you don't need time to think. Just answer whatever comes out of your mind first, okay?
Am I
So this
pink
will
or
be
green? I don't like green. I don't wanna be green.
okay. You can be pink then. I'll be green.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right.
Sorry.
Okay, Mel. Are you ready?
Maybe.
All right, Sandy. Do you want to do the announcer voice first?
Gosh, I had forgot about the announcer
Welcome
voice.
to.
Welcome to the quick fire round with Ken and Mel, and now Sandy as well. It rhymed.
Yes, it did.
Come
So
on down, Mel.
Mel. Woo-hoo. All right. Okay, Mel. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready. All right. So, early start or late nights?
Early start.
Coffee or
Chocolate.
That wasn't one of the options.
chocolate? I love that. Zero or don't even mention spreadsheets.
0.
Work from home or work from anywhere.
Whoa, work from anywhere.
Love that. Structure or winging it?
Mixture of both.
No, you gotta choose structure or winging it.
Okay, structure.
Okay, I love it. And then Sandy, take it away.
Overseas holiday or travel within New Zealand?
Overseas every time.
I knew you were going to say that. So my next question is economy travel or business class?
Show it.
Wow.
Show it.
It's got to be business now. I've been spoiled, and I've done my first business class, so I'm
Never turning back.
yeah.
Reconciling a bank transactions or managing someone's calendar?
Reconciling.
Ooh. Cat or dog?
Cat.
I was gonna say, do you have a dog as well?
We did used to have a dog many years ago. Yes.
Okay, so that's why there was a pause because I was so sure you were gonna say cat immediately. So that explains the
right.
pause.
Yeah.
Okay, next
See, that
bit
was
is
easy, wasn't it?
yeah, it wasn't too hard. It's fun asking the questions, right, Sandy?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, now what we have here is finish the sentence. So I'm gonna say something, and all you need to do is just finish the sentence. So the best thing about running my own business is
Being in charge.
Ooh.
Yes. The hardest thing about running my own business is being in
Being in
charge.
Yeah. Probably the same. Being in charge. Yes. Having to make all the decisions myself.
Yeah. But that's actually funny you said that because it is actually a double-edged sword, right? That's the best thing and also the hardest thing of running your own business. And finally, success to me looks like
Just being able to get up when I want to, do what I want when I want, having that flexibility.
love that. There you
disclaimer
go.
being as long as it fits in with IR deadlines, right?
Always. Yeah. Yeah. Flexibility to so far in between deadlines.
And that's it, Mel. You did so well on that quick fire round. I hope you enjoyed that. And just to help us wrap this all up, for any, like reflections, what are you most excited about next?
Growing, just continuing to grow my business, and also within my self personally, continuing to step out of my comfort zone and continue to show up within my business and entering on all these amazing awards over the
Yeah.
next few months.
I was just going to say you should be looking forward to cleaning up again this year too. The
Yeah,
trophy shelf is going to have to get bigger, Mel.
my trophy shelf. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, yeah. I'll need maybe an actual shelf up here then.
Yeah. Aim high.
Yes, yeah, definitely aim high. Yeah, although 2025 is going to be a hard year to beat. It was pretty amazing
Mm,
all around for me.
That's right. You've always got to have that one pinnacle year and then just see what happens after it.
Yeah,
Cool. All
but you
right.
do have to be
Well,
in to even have a chance.
yeah,
yes,
exactly.
exactly.
Right. So
Yeah.
if anyone's thinking about entering, just do it.
Just do
Yeah.
it.
I was going to say, but I actually think we talked about this before. That was the last question we had prepared for you. But if there's someone out there who's listening to this and is related to your journey into becoming a bookkeeping business owner, what do you suggest they do? And don't say just do it. Like, what's the first thing you would get them to do?
Set themselves up a business Facebook page to announce on your own
Yeah.
personal Facebook page that what you're doing.
Because your first client always comes from someone you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So everyone, yeah. If you're not on Facebook, then pop that onto your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Mm, get the
Cool.
word out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Words of wisdom from Mel, someone who's been there before and has experienced all the highs and lows of starting a bookkeeping business. Cool. All right. Well, Mel, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today and for sharing your journey so openly. It's always so valuable hearing the real stories behind building a bookkeeping business, not for just the people listening, but for Ken and I as well. Like it's really cool for us to hear these stories.
Exactly. And if you'd like to learn more about Mel and what she's doing, you can find her at Virtual Mel. Her website is virtualmelbas.co.nz and also on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And as always, if you're looking for support, connection, and a community that gets it, check out NZ. Thanks
Thanks for
for
listening,
listening, and
and
we'll
we'll
see
see you
you
on the next
in the next
episode of
episode
Behind the
of
Book.
Behind the Books.
Thank you, bye, Ken and Sandy.
Thank you,
Bye.
Mel. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to Behind the Books with Ken and Sandy. We hope you enjoyed diving into the world of bookkeeping with us. Don't forget to check out www.nzqba.co.nz for more insights, resources, and updates. Until next time, keep crunching those numbers and having a laugh along the way.